So I'm Raghu, co-founder of Vrutti, a livelihood resource center, which we founded along with our Catalyst group of institutions. Swasti was also part of this. So that's about 23 years before. And qualified as an agriculture engineer, later nurtured in IRMA on cooperative models. One of my inspiration has been Dr. Kurian's ecosystem development for dairy in Amul. And the important thing for us is that this gives a lot of confidence for us because we ourselves jumped onto entrepreneurship 23 years before, 2 TAMBRAMs. The first one was there in Swasti and me. And we were in a cushy government job and getting down. And then that time it was no social entrepreneurship. It was only entrepreneurship, at least that was okay. If they knew that it's social entrepreneurship, there would have been a number of heart attacks in my family. But since we are in 23 years and we are thriving, we are talking about scale, we are talking about deeper impact, this gives us a lot of confidence, along with what you have learned in IRMA and in my agriculture engineering. We all know about the importance of agriculture. There have been quite a lot of WhatsApp messages going around agriculture and the farmers. I think it's important is that some of the key messages we need to look at, what will be the status of agriculture in the coming years. One is that the world has just 60 harvests left. This is something which was given by the Farmers Union in the UK about the most fertile soils in the world. Just imagine India's scenario there. So second, if that is not scary enough, we also know that maybe in about 9 years or so, India will be declared as water deficit country. Then there are increasing trends of farmer suicides, some numbers we saw today. And also just imagine an income of, let's say, 1,500 to 2,000 net income per month. That's also unpredictable, is not a good ROI for the efforts which every farmer puts into their land, and also the cost of land, which is a very least ROI. So it's really scary, but what we have found in the last 10 to 12 years of time, and particularly in the last 5 years of time, is some of these can be solved, and it can be solved, and we have some models which we have tried. I'm going to share a business plan, a 10-year business plan with all of you. Before we become water scarce, before agriculture goes out and the farmers move out, maybe something we can all do together and collectively. When we talk of creating million jobs, I think the agriculture as a sector and smallholder as a specific constituency cannot be ignored. We're talking about 100 million small farmers. Each of them employ themselves in their farms, their family members, they give a job, and also a few more. It's extremely important that we start looking at smallholder agriculture, which can, every rupee invested in the smallholder agriculture will not only ensure entrepreneurship, employment, and more importantly, it will reduce the poverty in the country. Then where is the problem? This everybody knows. There's nothing new about it. If you have a smallholder with 2 to 5 acres, the number of factors which affect their livelihoods, which is not making them to become wealthy, are quite a number, quite a variety. It's about money, it's about input services, it's about market. But very important good thing is that for each one of it, if we look at it, there is a solution. We have NABARD here, we have bankers here, we have input suppliers here, we have for everything there is a solution which is available. But there's a big but. These solutions are in silos. None of these solutions come in time. So when we say that we have given a credit, at that time input supply is not available. When the input supply is available, quality is better, marketing is not available. What is important is we don't need solutions in silos. We require solutions which are integrated, where farmer-centric and farmer enterprise-centric solutions are required. So what is that which is required? Can we create a kind of a hub in each of the locations where every farmer receives a bundle of services? The first time when we tried this in Madhya Pradesh, farmers are asking, and many people are asking, saying that, are you a banker? Because you are facilitating finance. Are you a fertilizer seller? Because you are facilitating fertilizer. Are you a person who's doing community mobilization? Because you are working with farmers. We said that we are here to change farmers' livelihoods, big impact. Whatever it takes. If it is, I have to move from agriculture to becoming a banker and a market player and a supply chain specialist, I should be, because I'm interested to sort of make a change to the farmer. Do you have to do yourself? No. There are many other people with the same vision, with multiple functionalities. So the farmer at the end receives a bundle of services, which includes the capacity building. It starts with the aspiration plan for a 5-year. Now with the Mindtree coming in and then providing us a technology, we used to write the diary of the farmer, 5-year mission, the business plan. Now it's 22,500 farmers into the app, and that's done across 5 different locations here. We also ensure that there's an ecosystem which is developed apart from the bundle of services available. This includes institutions, technology, collaborators, and more importantly, we stay focused there. We commit ourselves that the farmers need to get it, the institutions need to survive, we need to stay committed, and we have created business acceleration units, which we have done over a period of time, that this business acceleration unit itself can deliver value to the farmers and also generate value out of it if it is moving from 1,250 to 10,000 farmers in a cluster. This cluster is about common facility center, which is available at a block level or slightly lower than the block level. So every farmer, what we do is they have an existing portfolio. We start with business as usual, and then say that what can be improved here. During this process, we build the trust, confidence in the farmer and ourselves, and try to slowly expand the portfolio. While doing this, we have done various things: practices, improving practices, providing input services, then agriculture machineries, finance, ecosystem like soil and water, and marketing and value addition. And all these are done through the business acceleration unit. Acceleration comes out of technology, a set of service lines, and collaborations like people like you here. So what do you see in the impact in this case? So to reach 10,000 farmers and achieve an impact of, we say that increase in incomes, there is a resilience. I'm sorry about when it's sort of changed, there has been a bit of a problem in the slide. So there is income, resilience, environment, and institutions. We're talking about a threefold increase for 8,000 farmers over a period of our journey of 10 years. And every rupee invested, we are talking about 3.62 crores for 5 years per business acceleration unit. That means 725 rupees per farmer per year. Every rupee will generate 35 rupees in the hands of the farmer. And more importantly, every business acceleration unit, in the period of, once it reaches the expansion period, will be able to seed 10% for establishing another BAU. Our dream is that the farmers gain value, they have their own CSR, and that farmer's CSR helps another farmer. This is a dream in which we are working on here. So what is the proof that it's working? So we started this in 2010 in Madhya Pradesh with the State Planning Commission, Madhya Pradesh. When we talked about agriculture extension system impact assessment, we said that extension is important, but that's not sufficient. You need much more ecosystem solution. We started that in Madhya Pradesh. You can see the number 2, which is Madhya Pradesh. We have seen 2.5 times increase in the incomes. And the one in Kanakpura in Karnataka, we have seen about 1.5 times there. And in Tiruvannamalai, where we have done the full thing. So this also provides us what created those impact. We see that number of good agriculture practices to value addition to finance to market. So we have the data, evidences, and also the experience of how these 1.5 or a 2 or a 2.5 or a 3 times increase in incomes can be generated. How will the idea be scaled? Now, we have this model tested, we have the technology, we also have SVP supporting us in terms of business process and modeling, and we are from 2017 to 2019, we already have presence in 10 locations, 10 business acceleration units, which is covering about 32,500 farmers. So we have 2,500 farmers of 9 units and 10,000 farmers, 1 unit there. And these are supported by Edelgive. Then the recent one is Godrej, who started off with the training program. Later they said that maybe an ecosystem solution, which is very important. And they have gone for this threefold unit in Madhya Pradesh. And we also have Anaita here. So the first one is that we implement this entire thing, prove it to scale, bring all the services which we are talking about into each of these. The second set is, currently Vrutti is also working with 130,000 farmers. These 130,000 farmers are provided 1 or 2 services. So they'll be provided technology and also marketing services. So by the time when we are in 2020, they are ready for taking the entire portfolio. By that time, we'll also be much more intelligent. Our experience in technology will also be better, and we'll have leaderships at each of the locations. Then we are sure that by 2023, we'll be able to reach 500,000 farmers. So these are more numbers, what it can provide us in terms of the 10 VAs, business acceleration units, and later to the 2023. These are numbers. The numbers are really huge, 1,280 crores and then the 6,400 crores. And what we require, here if you look at on the right, we have a co-creators of this entire model, Vrutti, SVP, and Mindtree. We have Kannan and Prashant here. And we also have other promoters. You see Edelgive, Azim Premji Philanthropy Initiative, Godrej, and United Way. They've given for this particular model, That means 4 of our units are taken, and then they'll be moving. And we are already working with those business partners, because each of these business partners are important to bring that change. Starts with Walmart to Metro to NABARD, NAPFINS, Kisan, FWWB. And what we are looking at is that as we move to the scale and with the deeper impact in each of the units, we require 2 things. We require promoters of the model. We require about 28 crores of incubation funding for the next 5 years to take care of this 32,500 farmers with the full package of services. And the second important thing is we need support on the capacity development. We are talking about close to about 600 farmer producer organization leaders and also about 100 of our business acceleration unit team there. And apart from that, each of these with 32,500 farmers, with so many of these producer institutions, there can be multiple businesses. And that is something which we are looking at for marketing, finance, etc. Thank you very much. Look forward.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a really unique model. Questions? Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That was a great presentation. I'm Purnima from DuPont. So I'd like to know which of the states you plan to extend this to. You talked about that.
Yeah. So,
The question was from Purnima from DuPont. You want to know which states are they planning to extend the model to?
So we have done our pilots also carefully in multiple states, because we look at the market maturity, the political situation, and also the socio-cultural. So we have presence in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. 6 states, we have about 10 business acceleration units there.
You mentioned, Abdul Kader here.
Yeah, please.
You mentioned you increased productivity by 3 times, and then in the beginning you mentioned about fertilizers. How did you increase productivity by 3 times?
Yeah, so it's not the productivity, 3 times the income. So how we look at is that when we start the portfolio which farmer has, the first thing is the reduction of costs. For example, we set a kind of a crop in which we can reduce the seeds, the way they take up practices, the timing of it, the quality of inputs, etc. What we have done is the whole good agriculture practice itself can create a 70% impact in this initial period. Then we also have an additional portfolio. For example, adding a poultry unit to it, or a goat unit, or a dairy unit to it is the second one. We also have enterprises which are promoted for various inputs like biopesticides, and those are done locally so that you are not going for an external input there. And the fourth one is we help them in doing the commodity trading, in which you get at least, there are weighment benefits because the trade doesn't weigh it properly, the quality-based pricing is not there. So each of these add to the entire income there, starting from the seed to the complete marketing there.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I just want to check with you. I hear you talk about commodity trading and after upping the farmer productivity. I wanted to understand if there are any market and demand linkages that you're working with in terms of seed scale. So if you had to spread out to 5 more states, how would you link it up? What's your plan on the demand and the market linkages on that one?
So question is about how we scale up.
The demand for the
No,
market
demand and market linkages, Ika, can you just expand on that?
What I'm trying to say is, so you have a farmer, let's say he's already producing 250 kilos of something. You help him up his productivity, he now produces 700 kilos of something. The increased demand, so that the absorption of that remaining 450 kilos or an assured market demand linkage, is this something that you're working on?
Yes. So 2 things which we are doing parallelly, apart from while this is important. One is that the whole market linkages, as you have seen the number of business partners we talk about, that we are expanding. We started with Metro, for example, Big Baskets, then Food Taza. There are many things which we are doing. So every location, we have created a market cluster. There are at least 1 or 2 business acceleration units in which there is a market cluster. We also have institutional markets, because whatever is produced fully will not be able to help them to market. So we also have a commodity trading institutional market and the retail markets together. And slowly, we are also increasing enterprises, particularly women-led enterprises, in which we go for a value-added product so that the niche products are developed. We have done it about 16 enterprise groups in Kanakpura. And we also help them in selling to multiple software companies. The consumer price, percentage of consumer price coming back to the farmer, which used to be 20-25%, now it is about 80%. So that is something which we constantly look at. And moving towards a niche product, a combination of a trading and a marketing is something which will help in this.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.